There we go. I don't think you'll be able to hear. Well, for a start, I have it muted, that's why. There we go. I think you should be able to hear it now. Yeah, there we go. I see the window capture at the bottom. Oh, it gives me a chance to just chill for a few minutes. Well, actually, once I put this down, I also got a notification. What was it for? The way they word that in this fucking app. It's just like someone is feeling you. It's like, what the fuck? Huh? What do you mean by that? Like... There you go, put that on silence. Boom, 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 boom. The Pyro's like, the fucking call to action is just like, you could be in my YouTube video. Get rid of that. Okay, right, cool. Just give me 2 seconds. I know, lazy slap content. Right. Now, to be honest, I don't actually know how long the reveal is going to last for. But to say they unveiled it, I think, back in 2023, and they haven't even shown gameplay yet, is like, yeah, it might be a while. It might be just a while. Of course, we have, like, actual chat's reaction. I seen somebody there just say, ayat, 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 ayat. Because the last time Bungie had an actual release of something that wasn't, like, in the Destiny franchise was... I guess Destiny 2, actually, never mind. If I'm just thinking about their releases. But, like, something that's not Destiny, like, it's been literally over, like... What, 12, 13 years or something like that? So it's gonna be hype to see, like, what the fuck, like, how Marathon performs and how it does, like... And for me as well, like, this ties into how, like, Destiny will perform in the future, because if this does bad for the studio and Destiny still does shit in the future, oof. I see a bunch of people saying redeem. They must have figured out what the code for the emblem was. I'll probably catch it after stream at some point. Initializing. Imagine they just like blue ball everybody for like the next like 5 hours. Even though it said like a minute left. I don't think I've done a stream on a like reveal of anything since like the Witch Queen was being announced or something like that, I think. And even that was like 3 years ago. And the fucking music, man. Oh. It scratches like the right itches in the back of my head, like. And 50,000 people plus watching. Showcase begins now. I don't think they've ever actually had a live audience before in the Bungie studio.
And welcome back to Bungie HQ here in beautiful Washington, where we're coming to you live with the opportunity to share.
Oh, he's actually the fella as well that
for the very first time.
does all the updates on the acts like of Heresy and shit.
Up you with a little surprise at the end that you're going to want to stick around to, so make sure to go ahead and not tune out early. But no need to worry, you're not going to have to sit here and listen to me. I'm joined by some of my teammates here at Bungie to walk us through some of what we're going to be seeing today. So, no time like the present. Let's get into the show.
Yeah.
First things first, this gentleman here to my right, to your left, is Marathon's game director, Mr. Joe Ziegler. Joe, how you doing?
Oh yeah, he's the game director now of Marathon.
Super excited.
Marathon had to get their game director changed because of misconduct with the last guy.
Another video in addition to one of just you in your office hanging out.
Exactly,
so,
yeah. I won't be talking for like 20
I'm just
minutes.
like trying to give like, I know they're talking, but I'm also just trying to give some pointed context in between it as well. Like,
there's a lot of amazing people, some of the people on this stage, a lot of people who are sort of in the audience here today. My goal is ultimately to take sort of all of the ideas that we have, bring them together into a singular experience, and help to deliver that experience as a single thread. So, just love that.
Thank you very much for being here today, man.
Thank you.
man,
Yeah, absolutely.
it's weird seeing Bungie Studios like without all the Destiny memorabilia all around.
The
Like,
worlds of both games and film to life. Our franchise art director, Mr. Joe Cross. Joe, how's it going? Joe, for anyone, obviously you've got some fans here, but for anyone out there in the audience at home that may not know you or doesn't get a chance to work with you, can you tell us just a little bit about who you are and what you do here?
Yeah, so I'm Joe Cross. I'm franchise art director of Marathon.
goated art director, I must say. Like,
you know, my job is to sort of set the tone and the vision, the visual style of this, reimagine this.
I think he did like art for Destiny 1 as well, if I'm not misremembering it. Like,
our team is set up for success. Paving the way a bit.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for everything. We're going to have a lot to dig into today, so thank you for being here as well.
Thank you.
As we go right on down the line, we have, without a doubt, the most important Andrew on this stage here today, our gameplay director, Mr. Andrew Witz. How's it going, Witz?
honestly, I do want that hat. I'm not gonna lie. There's something about the simplicity of the hat that I just like, and it's a black hat as well. Like, I hate white hats, like, because they just dirty too easy. Like,
what basically means is
I know, guys, I'm adding so much to the Marathon commentary.
The survival sandbox of Marathon is going to be. So that's runners, weapons and equipment, and the combatants, the UESC. They're going to be hunting players on Tau Ceti. So, yeah, what up to the gameplay team? Thank you all for.
I think the USEC
and of course,
is the
last, but exceptionally not least, someone who you've probably seen in Bungie Vidocs in the past, and
like the
someone
kind of
who's been able to
military
help
like
guide
faction
design
in the
here
game.
at Bungie since Halo 3. The one, the only Mr. Senior Design Lead here, rather, the one, the only Mr. Lars Bakken.
He's got the worm shirt as well. It's like
Thank you.
Where's that
Thank
emote?
you.
Lars, we're back.
That emote.
You could
I know
say
you can't see it because my
Marathon's
model's in the way.
You
Like,
could. I'll leave that to you, though. Well, for anyone out there in the audience who may not get that reference and is just meeting you for the first time, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself and what you do here?
Yeah, my name is Lars Bakken. I'm a senior design lead on the Run team. Shout out to Run team, everyone that's out there right now. A lot of fans out there. So the Run team is consisting of, we make the maps, so the zones that you're going into. We make the activities, so we take some of the cool stuff that Andrew's team, we remix it, we add the UESC in, we make them real difficult on purpose. And then we also have the contracts team, which are the factions, the corporations that players are sort of doing deals with because they're mercenaries. And that gets a little bit down into sort of the missions and everything. And so that's the stuff I hopefully make everyone proud with.
Well, we'll get into that here very shortly, but no, thank you all for starting.
the weight of the studio on the shoulders,
Before
man.
we get started as well, a quick reminder, do yourself a favor, make sure you've got your Bungie and your Twitch account linked to make sure you don't miss out on the Twitch drop that's going on right now. And if you also go ahead and subscribe to any channel in the Marathon directory, you can get a special little cat badge next to your name to go ahead and show everyone that you were here today. So go out there, find a streamer you haven't found before, and make sure and drop a sub out there and share the love. And also, if you have dropped your sub here on Marathon the Game, worry not, that money all goes to the Bungie Foundation, so thank you for helping us help them do
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, I forgot they do that.
And now we have a
But then
big
again,
show.
a lot of big
Again,
companies
lined
have
up.
to
We've
kind of
got
do that, have
some
a
gameplay
charitable
on the way
thingy
coming up very
bob.
shortly. We had a chance to go ahead and work with some creators and press very recently, and we're going to show you what they thought of the game. And of course, again, I'll repeat myself, but we've got something really great for you at the end of the show, so make sure and stick around. But again,
I think some Destiny YouTubers as well are also interviewing some of these guys after this whole reveal stream.
Obviously, there's a lot to talk about today. We have a little bit of a taste to show you about what our game is about.
Jeez, the fucking subs flooding in the chat right
now.
now.
Talking about here, so let's take a look.
Oh.
Things. But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours. Now. Run.
I wonder who's that voice. I don't know if that's one of the rogue AIs like Maid or who that is like. Like honestly, the way the gunplay looks to me is just giving me so much vibes of their like the Bungie usual like gunplay. Obviously with a bit of difference and a bit more style. Like if anything, the gameplay like gun wise will be really good. Like because like Bungie just know how to make a good shooter. Like everything else we'll just have to wait and see. Wishlist now on all platforms. And that's cool as well that there's kind of like finishers on the characters as well. Like you wouldn't get that in like Destiny 2. Yep. September 23rd. People were actually speculating they were going to release it that early as well.
On April 23rd, we're going to be running a closed alpha test that you can be a part of. Now, as a quick heads up, this is going to be focused on North America, 18 plus only. So there's going to be a big chance to play up front, but don't worry, there's going to be other opportunities to play later. So to make sure you're
okay, there's other opportunities. But man, that's just like fucking Destiny Rising. They did the same thing, like, oh, only like in America or something like that. Like, come on, man.
If you're in Twitch chat with us today, then you've already done yourself a big favor. Members of our community and moderation teams are going to be going out and looking for folks to drop codes to as well to make sure that you can get priority access when the alpha kicks off. So go ahead and keep an eye out on your inbox.
That's like 11 days away now.
Point drops or anything you need to do, though I'm sure folks will do it anyway. But worry not, you've gone ahead and done yourself a favor by being here today. But let's get into it. What did we just see?
A lot of death, you know, is first what we all saw. But honestly, you saw a first glimpse of some of what's going on in Marathon, you know, our extraction shooter that we're creating over here. And it's got a little bit of everything. It's got some runners in there. It's got some weapons in there. It's got some crazy stuff happening, but yeah.
Yeah, a little taste of the weapons in there. You saw some alternate weapon actions. The flip scope is in there, so weapons are going to do more than just shoot, obviously. It's a Bungie game. We got to like really push things. Yeah, a lot of runner abilities are in there as well. The UESC, obviously a little taste of the UESC and what they're capable of. Yeah, a lot of awesome stuff.
And some fun world interactions too. Like there's that sequence where the shutters go down and then everything goes wrong for the team that's in that room. But that's, yeah, it's pretty cool to see those things.
Yeah, everything goes wrong, the Andy Salisbury story. Mr. Ziegler, so why are we making Marathon? Why is Bungie going into the extraction shooter space?
I mean, extraction shooters are something that are passion of all of ours. Like we really like the idea of bringing this experience that we've all enjoyed, which is this kind of intense survival-based experience where you are frequently unsure of what's going to happen next, but you're on that adventurous ride of it. You know, we talk about it sort of like it's a horror story that's kind of unfolding before you, and testing yourself to see if you can survive it. And we really wanted to take that and sort of, I don't know, bring a lot more people into it. When you love something, you really kind of want to just, you know, attract others to it, and so you can have a bigger party with it. And so, yeah, we've been doing a lot of work to make that happen.
Yeah, no, it shows. And you know, Lars, obviously, Bungie's got a long history of shooters, but this is a new type altogether for us to dive into. From your side, what's it been like designing for all of this?
It's been fantastic. So when I started at Bungie, it was on the multiplayer team. And I am a competitive person in my nature. I really enjoy PvP. And so having to take that in the Marathon game and think about every single angle of every design, knowing that there will be other human beings in, around, and on the other side of it has just been fascinating and really exhilarating for myself personally, and I also know for the team.
It's been really exciting to see. And you know, obviously, you mentioned we saw a lot. We saw some runners. Mr. Witz, can you do me a favor and help introduce these 4 runners that are going to be available when the closed alpha test begins?
Yeah, for sure. We'll have 6 runners at launch, but we're focusing on the core 4 here for they're going to be in the alpha. So going left to right, we have Locust. Locust is our soldier kind of fantasy, our soldier kit, all about push forward gameplay, right? The first one in, trying to get as many picks as possible, right? Against either the UESC or other players. Next, we have Blackbird. It's a very reconnaissance-based kit, all about like figuring out where players and enemies are in general and punishing poor positioning. Glitch is like our agile disruptor kind of kit, all about pushing forward, disrupting enemy teams and what they're doing and getting out and kind of having that kind of cycle.
I get a bit of like
Void
Sombra vibes from
our
Glitch,
stealth
like
boy,
from
our sneaky
Overwatch,
boy,
like.
all about throwing down smokes.
And then Void is
going
literally like a
full
hunter,
active camo
like.
cloak into the darkness, getting some reses, and then taking some people by surprise. So yeah, this is our core 4 right now for alpha.
Exciting. A lot of different playstyles to choose from out of the gate. And even furthermore, Joe Cross, also, if anyone's not following Joe Cross on Twitter, do yourself a favor and do so. But you've been sharing some art with these runners pretty recently out there on Twitter with everyone. You know, before the show, we were talking a little bit, and I've heard this come up a lot, but you know, you guys have been working off of this concept of graphic realism. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is and what that means for the design here?
Yeah, it's one of our ingredients that we've sort of conjured up to help us define the visual world. For these runners, you know, the first thing we wanted to make sure was their visual fantasy reflected the gameplay fantasy well. And then we sort of have our you know, unique recipe of influences and inspirations for the reimagining of this world. And one of those sort of constraints we've created is this idea of graphic realism, where we kind of reduce the amount of geometry, we limit our materials, we use a lot of graphic design and color, and we sort of use it as a tool to onboard artists who are working on the project. And then it doesn't hurt to have a world-class concept team cranking this stuff out. And that's sort of the origin of a lot of these designs.
And you know, obviously, the world of Marathon has so much legacy to it as
I
well.
love how the camera just pans to your man at the end there.
But like, what's it been like stepping into this world?
It's amazing. Yeah, for art geeks out there, the sort of the father of the Marathon visual world in a lot of ways is this guy Craig Mullins, who you see art represented on the left. Started out as a fan. Then got incorporated into the IP officially by Bungie, and so his legacy looms super large. And we've always tried to, you know, pay attention, pay homage, make sure we were doing justice. And you can see here in the center, this is kind of a proto-runner we developed early in the process to make sure that, you know, our sort of approach to graphic realism and style lined up and sort of represented that. And then on the right here, sort of an evolution into one of our actual runners here, Blackbird. With a similar fantasy and composition. So I think it's working out well, and I think we're, you know, doing something new, but also sort of looking back.
It's like a 3-panel study on how to hold the spine, right? It's really like
Right, yeah.
yeah, it's really awesome. Yeah.
Is it a spine?
I don't know. It could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that said, if anyone out there in Twitch chat as well has any questions, go ahead and drop them in. We're going to try and answer as many as we can. We're going to be showing, again, a lot of stuff today. So if you've got anything that comes to mind,
what would I even
please feel free to throw it in there. Folks on the community team are going to be keeping an eye out. But you know, we've obviously got a chance to go ahead and dive a little deeper. We've done some telling. Let's go ahead and do some more showing by taking a bit of a deeper dive into some more Marathon gameplay.
Let's do it.
More? I mean, of course, they'd have to fucking show more, like... Because if they only showed that little snippet, people would go mental. Like, they're like, bro, what the fuck? It was only like 2 minutes. It would be so funny if they actually added the Mida multi-tool into the game as well, like...
Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter set around the mysterious and cutthroat world of Tau Ceti 4. You are a runner, a cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell with unique abilities and stats, capable of both tactical and fast-paced combat. Here you'll fight in a crew of up to 3 players across a variety of zones and points of interest. You'll face rival runners in zones of up to 18 players, countless
18
security
players,
forces,
okay.
and otherworldly threats. To scavenge the remains of a lost colony for glory and fortune. The environments of Tau Ceti 4 are filled with weapons, materials, and equipment you can scavenge throughout the map. Before deploying, you'll strategically build your loadout and select a runner to ensure you're equipped for the run ahead. Your objective is simple. Get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive. Die, and all your gear will be up for grabs. Survive, and your loot can be taken into future runs as you grow in power and fill your vault. Death is inevitable, but it's never the end. Think quickly on your feet and outplay your opponents, and in your next run, you and your teammates will be the ones coming out on top.
Like, honestly,
And even if you're down on your luck,
if I play the game enough, it's gonna give me that vibe of
so you can get right.
it's gonna give me that vibe of doing like Helldivers and Warzone Mobile had a baby, and this was the result. Yeah.
Dynamic and tactical gunplay.
I will admit, if I get really into it, I will keep playing until I at least win once. Like it's like when I used to play Fortnite quite a bit because I still didn't get a whatchamacallit, since I didn't get a battle royale yet. Like,
judgment when you decide which fights to pick and how. Because no matter how geared you are, players with skill and strategy will always have the edge.
oh, I got a thing for loot. Like,
Marathon is designed to be played in crews with contextual pings, shared objectives,
pings?
and down but not out.
We don't have fucking pings in Destiny 2. Why do they get
Is
pings?
not the end. And if you're the last one standing, you can overcome the odds to revive your teammates and get out with your hard-earned loot. And if you believe your skills alone are enough to conquer any challenge,
Bro, I'm crying.
we give you the
I'm
freedom
crying.
to opt out of crew fill to take
Game
all the
looks
glory
good
for
though. I
yourself
won't say
as a
anything till it
solo
comes out.
leader.
Ah, yeah.
No 2 runs in Marathon ever play out the
We'll have to
same,
see if there's a
with
price for the
dynamic
game
events,
as well.
variable
Because
weather,
people were
and
saying there
unpredictable
might be a
players.
price, but I
You'll
won't
have to
say
adapt
anything yet
on
because
the
we're
fly
watching the
if you want
reveal,
to
so we'll
survive.
wait and see like if they'll charge or not. I do think they will charge for the
Anything
game
can
though.
happen while you're chasing your
Unfortunately.
Looking to unlock upgrades or increase your faction reputation? Slip into the shadows as Void and ghost past your enemies. Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities without being discovered. Want to push enemy teams and steal their loot? Bring in Glitch with agility implants and your strongest weapons to disrupt rival crews. Running support for your friends.
If there's a
Grab extra
price,
equipment,
hopefully there is
shield
no
charges,
pay to
and
win
a specialized
bullshit.
backpack to be the
So I say
lifeline.
hopefully not, but like Bungie kind of teeter on the edge
You're
quite a
always
bit
free
when
to
it comes to pay to
experiment
win
with team
stuff. If you want to be very
compositions.
technical
The only
with
limit
it.
to how you want to play your runner
But like
is your
this is
limited
different because it's a
imagination.
PvE game only,
Ranked play,
whereas Destiny has like all
discovery
three, like PvP,
seasonal
PvP,
storytelling,
and then PvE
community
as well.
events, and more.
So like in
All
Destiny
the
it's
way
kind of
through
excused,
season
but they
one,
try this in
where you and
Marathon
your
though, like
friends
I don't
will
think
start
it'll
to unravel
it will
the
not work.
mysteries
People will fucking
of
hate
Tau
them,
Ceti
like
4.
they need to be real careful like
Remember,
with what they release.
You're
Like
only ever one run away from your next big score.
it's a gambling quote. Let's go. I hope shotguns aren't BS in this game like it's in COD Mobile, yeah.
All right. It's a decent amount of gameplay. All right. Let's get into breaking this down. So I think for starters, again, you know, as we touched on before the break, Bungie has such a rich history with Marathon. You know, Joe Cross, from your standpoint, facilitating this gameplay with your art style. Again, what was it like kind of approaching this?
Hey, gambling,
from
so
your
we playing
perspective? What were you
Genshin?
looking to do?
You know, build on a legacy. The narrative of Marathon is incredibly rich and like inspirational, easy sort of inspiration for art. I also love just sort of having the keys to this car from this era, working on a game from this era. I love older games. I love the way the games look from the PS1, PS2 era. So there was a lot for us, and like I said, paying homage to some of the great.
Are they actually collabing with the Seven Deadly Sins?
Of the time. So
Yeah, and
I
also
used
we
to
had,
love that
some
show
Team
so
Gear
much,
folks
but then
in
it
chat.
just
I
kind
think
of
Zoe
fell
will
off at
find
the
your
end
ass,
because
this
the
is Ben
animation,
Starr.
like.
Ben Starr was the
I
narrator.
should have just
He's
like read
excellent
the
here.
manga at the
Great
end for it, like.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah.
Wonderful voice.
Fair play, I
He's
guess, to
almost
them.
an animal, but
Like,
he does his best.
probably look very strange, but sure, it's COD
all right,
Mobile.
I'm
Like.
gonna put you on the spot with a tough one, Mr. Joe Ziegler. Who's your favorite runner?
Ooh, controversial question. I play a variety of them, but I will say probably the one I end up playing the most is Blackbird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Any Blackbird mains out there? I like playing Blackbird because it's a great crew runner. Like it's in terms of being able to provide a lot of information, provide a lot of support. It's also a great runner that's kind of helps to counter a lot of strategies that can occur, especially ambush strategies that happen. Also to catch Void out of position if Void's trying to hide. So yeah, there's a lot of versatility to how you can play it.
Very fun. Mr. Witz, I think you and I share the same main. I got to ask as well, who's your go-to runner?
Oh, I split my time between Locust. I'm a very push-forward kind of player, as Joe reminds me all the time, because I'm pushing too much, too
You don't
often.
even have a W key. It just goes.
I just love to go fast forward. That's right. And so
That
like
Meliodas
that push
and
forward
Elizabeth,
gameplay
yeah.
that Locust kind of has, right? Being like the first to try and get a pick, seeing somebody out of position, going for that.
I guess
pick.
they just
Also,
have to do
I
what
like
they
play
have
Glitch
to
a
do.
lot,
Like
too.
they'll
Again,
just
like,
basically
really love
skins
that
of them. There's not
disruption
really
playstyle. I
much
love
else
just
they can do.
finding,
Like weapon wise, it would still be weird seeing them with
trying to
guns, but
extract
shit.
and then
Shit.
like taking
But what can you do?
like the arm cannon and just knocking them out of like the zone, and now they're trapped with me and hopefully my teammates. Joe.
I'm scanning. I'm looking for enemies. It's good, yeah.
To that same end, actually, as you guys kind of discuss the runners, Destas in chat asks, what's the pacing targets to the gameplay? Are there any movement or traversal mechanics?
There are a lot of movement and traversal mechanics inside of the game.
That's a big
but
emoji.
it varies. Your effectiveness varies per runner. Yeah.
Yeah, like everything in like we're making like a survival sandbox, which means everything kind of has to have a cost, right? And so like if you want to go fast, like Locust has like a super sprint, so to speak. Like they have leg jets that kind of come on and help you.
Wait, Locust
sprint
has
even faster.
speed?
That costs
reminds me
heat.
of,
so basically, it's almost like a stamina
your
system.
one from
but we call
Apex,
it
the
heat
guy I
'cause
used
we're
to
these
play all
awesome
the time.
mercenary cyborgs, right? Where like the body overheats, and so this character has like some mobility, but you overheat quite a bit. So that's kind of the cost that's there, and so that's what pushes us into like finding implants that maybe like expand like how much like your heat meter, and also give you more agility, so you can even go even faster, right? So yeah, there's a lot of cost in the game in terms of when we place a mobility thing in there, we really want to make sure. It's like, how does this affect the pace, and how does this affect the overall survival sandbox?
And to be fair, we're still looking at the alpha builds. We got to balance a lot of stuff because some stuff is kind of sketchy. Yeah.
It's kind of sketchy.
I
I was gonna say, like, hopefully they have like a private mode
Yeah,
version
and
of the
actually
game
what
as
we're
well, because
talking
I think
about
that'd be
those finer
very
details,
fun
Witz,
for
I'd love to still kind of
people
bug you
that
about
aren't as like
the Marathon
competitive
build
as I am.
thing
Like,
is a big deal.
but then again, they're not aiming for someone like me who's already played Destiny and all
so,
that.
like, the
They're
runners
more
are
of trying to
essentially
like
the
aim
base,
for a
right? And
new
so each
audience
runner
and maybe
has,
overlap with
they
some
have a
Destiny
bunch of
2 like
implants
people.
that you can kind of find that do kind of wild things, and like as they go up in rarity, right? There's a lot of stats, so you can increase your resistance to certain things. So like Tox is one, so you can essentially be poisoned, right, as our Tox, and so you can build up resistances to that. You can increase your agility. There's shields, obviously, to make you a bit more durable. We have cores. Cores are really cool. They basically give you like extra passives. And at the base rarity, like they have these kind of passives that you kind of play around. At the highest rarity, they are specific to the runner kit that you have, the runner you're playing. And what they do is they really augment your abilities wildly, right? So you can, you're doing one thing, and then you get like a cord specifically for glitch, and now you're like, oh, my double jump is a triple jump? Like that's how much we want to kind of push that, so that gear really matters. And so builds are
I guess that's
like
cool, actually,
completely
yeah.
the implants, the cores, weapon attachments, Weapons have like a pretty cool progression too. We have gold mods, which are kind of like the highest end of the attachment pool. They're essentially like exotics in our game, right? What is the exotic version of this Magnum that can do some wild stuff? So yeah, like really, it's
they use the word exotic, so us Destiny 2 people like exotics.
That's super exciting. And actually, to that same end, we got a question in chat as well from, I think, Firex is how you pronounce it. How many players are going to be in each map?
Somebody just says in the chat, Destiny 3.
Per map?
Yeah, it varies per map.
Got it.
The footage that people have seen a lot of, Dire Marsh, we support up to 18 players.
Excellent. Okay, all right, so going to be room for a lot of play styles. To that same end, I know we talked a little bit about Void earlier as well. Lars, can you walk us through maybe just your play style when you're approaching any of these runs?
Sure, yeah.
Let's go ahead and sell out the best strategy.
I have to give away my secrets.
So that's like 10 teams.
Void is really
in
fun
one game,
for me
like,
because
that's still a lot of teams.
It leans into this part of my personality that is like very devious. And so, you know, if you go on a run with me, I'll be like, hey, any claymores you see, let me know. And I'm putting those in my backpack, and I'm doing crazy things like, okay, so Void has a prime ability that sends out, I think you saw it in the video, it sends like a wall of smoke that sort of like your home base when you do that. It's a portable. Because when you go in that, you become invisible. You get automatic active camo. So I'll do things like set that up to make people believe I'm doing one thing and then do another. So a lot of subversive things. I'll go in there and I'll claymore the inside, right? Someone comes in after me, they're gonna have a very bad time. But I also do things like I'll go to a place in the zone where there's high tier loot and I'll claymore it up and then, you know, close all the doors and leave and be like, I wonder if anyone's gonna show up. And then sure enough, you know, maybe 5 minutes later, I see the shield crack in the HUD and I'm like, yes, you know, I can go back and see what's going on. So yeah, that's how I like to play.
Yeah, how about you, Joe Cross? What's your go-to?
Well, if you know me, you know, I'd rather look good and lose. So I generally pick the runner with the coolest helmet, and in this lineup, I think that's clearly Blackbird. As far as my play style, I'm typically just a decoy. So
it's like, Joe, go over
there.
there.
Exactly. If I play with other people, that'll literally just be me. I'll just be the fucking guy that doesn't know how to play the game. And I'll just be a decoy for the other two on my team to actually do shit like.
Fair. Well, we want to thank you all for your collective sacrifice. We appreciate it. So actually, to that same end, you know, obviously we do a lot of play testing here internally. Wits, I know you mentioned you've got a folder of some of your best plays, but what are some of your most memorable runs so far?
Some of my memorable runs are really when I think I'm going to be doing one thing, right? Like, okay, I'm going to do a contract. I'm going to be going here. I got to go into this room. I got to interact with this device. And I think it's like I'm safe. Like I'm kind of doing like a routine thing. I can get in and get out if I'm like smart about it and really kind of listen for what's going on. Like there's no UESC.
It would be
around,
cool if
no
they also had
around.
like a.
And oftentimes there's another player. Like
I know it's meant to be like a team-based game, but it would be cool if they had like a solos playlist as well. Even just as an option, like, because I'd love to just be able to go into a lobby by myself with like other solos, like.
That seems to be like a regular hallway, but now it's just like it just gets crazy. And so I think those are the peaks that happen where there's these tense moments you're trying to do something that lead to these very quick crescendos where, you know, these mercenaries kind of going crazy. Like all these players are jumping in.
You make it sound like you're playing so carefully, but you're not.
Listen, the tactics are happening fast up here.
Okay.
They're
It's just processing power.
Yeah, the math is going. Like, it's happening.
It's improvisational, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like, I mean, runs can obviously entail a lot, but we also have a question from Sharky218. Is loot going to be just weapons, or is there going to be more for people to go after while they're out there in Tau City?
There's a ton of loot.
There's a ton of
loot. Yeah, there's implants, there's cores, there's equipment. There's
grenades.
Consumables.
Let's talk about grenades.
Yeah, there's grenades.
I mean,
we have a bunch of different types of grenades in the game as well that you can loot in the world. We have valuables. We have backpacks. Yeah, attachments, weapons, materials, keys.
And there's a bunch of stuff too that we're just we call valuables, but like there's times when you're running low on money and you're like, I just need to do a valuables run right now, and I need to pick up these things and get my money, you know, into my space bank. So.
Space bank, yeah.
You know, that actually is a good segue from, and I'm not making this name up, Ballin' Hobo asks, what do I do with the loot when I extract? Like, why does it matter in the long run?
Yeah, there's a variety of reasons. So a lot of it was related to sort of our factions and contract system. But if you want to talk a little bit about that, Lars.
Yeah. I mean, we've got this entire system we call factions. You're doing contracts, they're like missions, and you are being greeted originally by AI representative because you are a mercenary. You don't really have allegiance to anyone. They are going to pay you to do these jobs, and so they'll give you these missions to do. And as you're doing these missions, like Andrew said, sometimes you'll run into danger. But the cool thing about, I think, a lot of the faction and the contract system is like you could complete the, download the agricultural survey from this one area on one of the zones, and you're doing the thing, and you've sort of done it. So even if you die, you've still made progress there, which I think is a really cool aspect of that feature. But then there's also this other meta layer where as you're working with the different factions, they allow you to upgrade yourself over time, and so you can increase your heat meter, you can increase your loot speed, things like that.
I was gonna say, you're trying to get as much loot as possible to meet the challenge of the world, right?
Yeah.
Like essentially, different missions get harder over time, right? Which means you want to have more loot on you so you can survive longer, so just in general, be able to do fight all the different, hostile entities in the world, like get through there's a POI on a zone that's heavily fortified by UESC and all of the different units that are there, the snipers, the assault units, like you want to be able to not only withstand that and players. So there's a lot of reasons why you want to get loot again.
And honestly, like a lot of the loot translates into things like upgrades, that you utilize through the factions. But there's also an in-game store called the Black Market where you can use a lot of your currency and things like that to actually re-equip yourself if you go on a bad run, or to upgrade yourself if you need anything from that space. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons to get a lot of good loot out. I don't think I'm ever short of reasons to get loot out.
That just says something else about me, though. I'm just a loot goblin. So sometimes extraction shooters also can be seen as kind of hardcore and maybe tough to get into. What are some of the things that you guys are doing to make them easier to dive into?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things that we could talk about. One is we are obviously investing, besides doing a little bit more onboarding in the front end so players can understand a little bit about what the nature of the game mode is. We're also doing a lot to make combat something that's a little bit more approachable, but also just equally as deep and have pretty wide things. But I think Andrew can talk about it,
Yeah, we want to make, this is like a Bungie shooter, right? We want to make sure it's approachable. We nail those fantasies. Every button press feels awesome, right? And so really trying to bring that kind of, morph the Bungie action game into in the survival space where, again, everything kind of costs something, right? Getting shot, you're not going to have a limb system where your limb's broken or anything, but you will, guns do stopping power, right? Which they can knock you out of sprint, they can slow you down, right? Status effects are still in the game. And so if you are hit with a chem grenade, right, you're gonna be toxed, you can be immobilized, right, which really slows you down, you can be overheated. There's all these things, and that pushes you into using consumables and making sure you have an answer for these things that happen. So we're trying to make sure that you keep the depth of the survival game, but the approachability of the action game, right? And so that's how we're trying to marry that together. In addition to that, if you have some bad runs, right, and you don't have a lot of, you see your loot kind of going down, we have the sponsored kits, it's kind of talking in the video earlier, where it's a package of gameplay items like weapons or equipment or maybe a shield or something or consumables. Yeah. That's kind of the floor for what we think you can be really you can be capable in the environment and actually fight other players that actually are kitted out. So you're never feeling the goal is that you can always clutch even if you find somebody who's completed kitted out in really high-end gear, because that's your payday, right? That's the beauty of the moment of oh my God, I took this player and they have the best shield in the game. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, going to be a lot of good pointers for folks at home taking notes for when they get a chance to get into the alpha. But we'd be remiss if we also didn't mention.
It's still such a shame the alpha is only coming out in America, man.
Which is why we've also had the chance since about 2022 to work with hundreds of different creators in our community as well, to go ahead and get some of their feedback. So to those of you out there that have joined us, thank you very much for your time and your opinions. They mean a lot.
I'm still waiting
no need
for
to
my
listen to me
invite,
talk about it. We actually just last week had a bunch of folks in here to go ahead and play test the very same alpha build that some of you will have a chance to join in on as well. So I vote I go ahead and let you tell them about it in their own words.
You kind of feel the blood pumping.
Got him, Lupo.
Got him. Down the ball again and 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 again.
This is a new world. This is a different take on an extraction shooter.
No! No, they got out!
It's game changing. It is literally game changing.
Oh, that's Scarrow there, I think it was. Basically, at this point for me, it's just like, okay, let me see who I recognize and who I don't like.
This is such an exciting time for us. You are the first group outside of Bungie to playtest our alpha build.
Oh, that's CBD Gray, I think, as well, just there.
Look daddy up, let's go.
Okay, I am ready and up. Whatever you two are. Yes, sir. Oh, we are bringing some money in this time.
Oh.
Quick read.
There was at least someone's username there was literally just like John Marathon. That's gas.
Alrighty. Bio research is right next to us. You want to do the intercepts?
Yeah.
You just want to grab that real quick?
Yeah, we can do that.
You want to get going?
Yep, medal.
That should be a good one.
I didn't actually. I've not been there yet.
Oh, okay. There's.
Oh yeah.
So, for the gang, there is fall damage, and it is severe if you
There
drop
is. I got a mod
a lift.
earlier that like drastically reduces it though. So there are ways to reduce it.
I may have just exploded my kneecaps.
If you dash right before you hit the ground, you don't take.
It's safe.
Yeah, there's
Point to
Scarrow.
fall, yeah. Happens to the best of us.
AI on the right. Yeah, more AI inside the little shrubbery downtown everywhere.
A hostile unit is calling for reinforcements.
Sorry, excuse me, sorry.
You good, you good.
I think this is actually
Still
best, like, showing people, like, actual people playing the game that have been playing it, like, a good little bit, I'm assuming. Because sometimes, like, when game company shows, like gameplay of someone, like, basically just B-roll gameplay, sometimes it's just not the best looking, to be honest, like.
I need some bits ammo, guys, finally. There's a green punk
I
right
got
there.
There's 6 underneath.
Oh yeah, here I think.
Player. Down one.
I hit one for the shield, but I'm
1, 2.
down.
That's all of them.
Right. Actually, you want to do the 18D? Watch it here. Red looks like Joab.
God, man, that's gonna be so chaotic, like, having actual people fight you at the same time of, thing, like. Sorry, I'm just gonna hide the chat. I just realized how toxic the fucking chat is just being towards the game, like.
That's a purple one.
Oh, hell. Bro, the ones that fire like 5 knees are lethal.
The grenadiers, yeah. They're pretty great. What do you have on you, little guy?
Oh, one of the guys you killed had just been weapons on him. Poor guy.
Oh, mechanics hit. That's what we need, right? Just mechanical static effect.
I'm using that.
Yeah, I'm inside with them.
If you think me, like, streaming and like, watching this is gonna be long, there's gonna be some people that literally pick this gameplay apart, like, piece by piece, like. It'll be actually like an 8-hour documentary.
Yeah, dropping in. Big ones, too. They've got long shots in 2. Oh, yeah, that's gotta be.
I played one of shields. There's a loot up there who's absolute. Oh my god, I'm almost dead. I realised.
Where are they?
They're on the balcony, like south 200.
I got one knocked. I got one knocked.
Nice. That's
annihilated, dude. Oh my god.
On me. I'm out of ammo.
Yeah, I would say it's a self as you can.
There's a sniper.
Freaking no! It's a Brian! Kill him, he's a fiend, dude.
I'm coming to you, Sven.
Yeah, I see him.
Don't underestimate this guy.
Oh my god, that bitch! He killed 2, I think it's 1v1. Ben, you knocked 1, I knocked another.
Good stuff. I literally only have a sniper.
A unit is signaling for reinforcements.
Okay,
I still don't have my package. I think they gave it to the wrong address. Dr. Lupo is still a big streamer. I mean, he was at least invited to the event, yeah.
He's
right there. Yep.
Hopefully they haven't sent it to the wrong address, man.
That's okay. Yeah, he's holding the angle at a distance.
Sniped a sniper.
I love how there's just a guy in the back just pointing a camera right in someone's face.
Very weak up there. I'm underneath.
Are they where we got down? Nice.
Oh, excuse me.
One.
Coming.
Got one left.
I get shots on the right side, like you think?
No, if they're close.
I got no tags.
There.
You got eyes?
Yeah, A1.
Oh, is that him up there? Is that him up there? Is he upstairs inside?
Yes, sorry, he was. Yeah, hear him. Or is that USAC?
There's a USAC guy right there.
He was shooting something in there.
I think they kind of built a ringer group, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty confident.
They built God squads, you could say. I feel like we might be the God squad.
That was good. That was a good run.
Yeah. GG.
We got knife some AI and grab some guns.
We can go to field maintenance.
Well, I just realized I put the
Yeah,
package from what I got to the wrong address as well. Not sure how to pick it up. Put it to the right address. Don't want people to think I'm stealing their package. Hopefully they won't think that. You can just... Honestly, if anything's said, just say, oh no, sorry, genuinely just meant to give it to the right place. Like, just didn't know where it was actually meant to go. Like,
Oh, I knifed one.
man, they're actually showing gameplay from everyone. I'll be completely honest though, I'm not sure who the streamers or content creators are.
Oh my god, I'm dead. Yeah, something's sucking me.
Stop sucking him! It's a purple shield.
UESC reinforcement signal.
I can't wait to start shouting that when I start playing Marathon.
Enemy.
Stop sucking me.
4 times and had to dump a full mag into it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yay! I don't want the conquest. LMG. I should take it, but I don't want it.
Actually, let me turn on the...
Right here, take this. Take this.
I realize how dark it's starting to get.
What's the question marks again? That are on the map?
Oh, I think those are the flares, right?
Huh?
There we go.
Like
the cash flares?
It was the house across the street, yeah.
Flares.
One is broken. Purple shield, I knocked one.
You know, honestly, just off from the gameplay for a minute, just so I can like say how thing is. I'm still a bit wary that I still haven't gotten any messages from my new workplace about like what time I'm actually meant to start on Monday. Like I know I'm meant to start on Monday, but I just don't know what time. Should I go over to right address and tell my mistake and give them it, or just let it be?
Oh, she's scared. She's scared.
It's up to yourself, man. Whatever you think is right, like.
Very good.
Very, very nice. I called it purple.
Oh, sorry. Let me turn this back up for a minute.
Frickin' purple. There's a green on this
Purple
one.
shield. Who has that?
Me.
The big items, the big drops, the stuff that's like really high value, they're like, I have to get this out.
Doesn't matter if I'm playing Lucas or Void or Glitch. If I've got a better aim, I'm going to win. There's no other extraction shooter like that where I can have that kind of gameplay.
When people find out about some of the secrets and stuff, they are going to lose their mind.
1, 2, 3.
Playing so far has just been refreshing, I'd like to say. Everything felt really locked in.
This being sort of the next full Bungie experience is an exciting moment.
The game is inherently fun. I just want to play more.
Sorry, I missed all that, like. So this is pre-recorded. This part of the show is pre-recorded, yeah. But there's also a live version of it as well. Like, this part here, this is live.
Right, so obviously, having those creators in was
a
lot of fun.
Well, you know,
Getting
this
to work
is
with
live
both
because they're
creators
literally
and players
talking
alike
to
has been a
Twitch chat as
privilege.
well.
It's been a great time getting to set that up, and of course,
Yeah.
I promise I'm not saying this just because I work on the social media team here, but if you head over to our YouTube channel, we have a full 20-minute version of that. So youtube.com/MarathonTheGame is where to find us. Also, same with all of our other socials, as long as I'm at it. But Lars, obviously, again, like we talked about before that video, we're familiar with working with our community really closely, but have we ever done it this early or at this scale before?
So I've been at Bungie for a while now, since the Halo 3 days, and I think the thing, even since my time, we've been really good about is working with players, working with the community. It's something we take pride in. And on this game in particular, yeah, we brought people in, players in much earlier into the process.
Fair enough for a marathon when it's being made,
It's given
but
us really good insight. You know, we tell them
Destiny,
when they show up,
like
be
they
brutally honest,
listen, but
because
unfortunately the higher
that's
ups
how we
just don't
learn,
want
that's
to
how
listen.
we
Like,
understand what needs to change, what needs to get better, and I think it's been really great.
That's been a ton of fun. I mean, even again, like these folks were all here last week. You guys were in there with them. Some of you playing as well. What was it like?
Oh, it was super exciting. Yeah, I mean, like when you have a lot of there was a combination of players who we've been engaging with for a long time, and some players who were brand new, and it was great to see sort of like the mix of the both. Especially when you got to some higher level skilled players who just joined in and immediately got it and started destroying everybody, like Tens and Lupo was in there, and but yeah, you had some pretty awesome moments, didn't you?
Yeah, so it was pretty amazing to jump in, and I'm gonna throw Nick under the bus for a moment here. Like, apparently he was on the team with Brian and Jeff Keighley, and they were not having success. Y'all were like destroying them, the creators. And, yeah, it's probably your team that was destroying them. So I was brought in as like a hired gun to help get Jeff through, and
thank you.
I did my job.
I can imagine just like somebody's holding a sign to the audience, being like, clap.
Also, though, you were saying you were observing a little bit as well, maybe not playing quite as much. What was it like, from your perspective, getting to see all these folks jump in and play the game for the first time? Some of them.
I mean, it was awesome. It's awesome, like playing the game for so long, right, and seeing other people play the game is just a great feeling, right, for like the whole team. You get to see things that you designed for happen, and in real life, right? See people who are like being hunted by other players that take refuge by like we're a heavily fortified area, and watching the UESC equalize a little bit. Moments like that was great. There was another fight that was like it looked so fun, but also hilarious, but also like really like. It was like a great time, but also really tense.
So is it co-op FPS PvP?
There was two crews.
It's
a under the dire marsh map. There's a bunch of
so it's a co-op PvP PvPvE game. So it's player versus environment. Nick, clap what? Like clapping. That kind of clapping. Not the the other one.
Vents as well. So it was like this, it was this hilarious chase that was like, it was super tense because you didn't know exactly whether you were going to get third party, and they were just the volume in the room kept on going up from those two crews because they were just like, when are they going to get flanked? There's another vent right there that could pop up from there, and they were shooting vents just like out of just pure paranoia. It was awesome to watch.
It's a good balance to strike, obviously, yeah. And you, again, we were mentioning you got to play. Were there any other creators you got to dive in with?
Yeah, I was on a team with Valkyrie and Katamina, and we had a lot of fun. There was like a couple moments where we bunkered down underneath a greenhouse in the tunnels underneath. Tunnels are dangerous, and they were fun. But we basically created like a little claymore nest down there, and so we were baiting them down into it. And yeah, it was pretty successful. I'm telling you, the Claymore strats are good. Yeah. Don't sleep on Claymores. They're
pretty solid.
So how long have they been working on this game?
So, you know, even in addition to these
well, they've been inviting people in since 2022, I believe. I think, like, at the time, they were working on a bunch of incubation projects, like dozens of them, around the COVID era. So probably around 2020 to 2021, I'd like to assume. But unfortunately, Marathon is like the only thing that's kind of surfacing so far of the incubation projects. So the game's basically been in development for at least good 5 years or so, like, well, 4+ years, like. And yeah, there isn't like another one like that was codenamed Gummy Bears. But I don't think there's been anything shown of that one yet. And then there's obviously Destiny Rising, which is made by NetEase and not Bungie themselves. Like.
In a lot of ways of what Marathon is.
Yeah. Actually, kind of on this topic as well about the dangers of the world, we do have a question from Twitch chat. Are there dangerous PvE encounters? Obviously, you've mentioned that the UESC is out there, pardon me, and you should underestimate them at your own peril. But can you tell us a little bit more about maybe some of those emergent threats that await players?
Yeah, absolutely. There's the UESC security units that are out there. There's a bunch of different types that do different things. So watch out for them. We also have ticks, which are these wonderful, surprising, explodey fauna. Yeah, they run at you. They run at you, explode on you, and you have to like, shoot the nests actually to get rid of them essentially. Otherwise, they'll keep coming.
Oh, so they bust on you.
And there's a bunch of hazards.
This game looks interesting.
On the map as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
We have a bunch of rooms and
I definitely will be playing the alpha whenever it comes out in Ireland. Anyway,
and the alpha
there's
a few, but
you get to play it on the 23rd since you're in America, just in there.
Unit, the Ghost Commander for sure.
But I think it is closed though, actually. I don't know if it's open.
Like, they
or if
go
they
into
will
active
open
camo,
it.
and they actually have clone. They have a bunch of like clones that go out there, so you think you're not sure which one to shoot, and then by the time you recognize which one is actually the real one, right? It's like it might be over for you, but that's one. The sniper, also love the sniper as well. We really want to have these prolonged sniper fights that are really great against the UESC, and if you manage to really push them and they notice you're pushing, they'll punish you for that too. So, like, yeah, definitely be careful of these units. Tread carefully.
Not to be trifled with, right?
And the recruits, honestly, the recruits, like, have this rush down that they do. If you're not too careful in knowing where they're going to be flanking you and rushing you down from, like, yeah, we're purposely making them these formidable foes that you can't get treasure out of the world easily, and they're guarding it, and they're doing a pretty damn good job.
And you can't ignore them either. Once they're on your set, you kind of got to figure out a way.
Yes. Exactly.
Also, too, we've got another question from, I believe, Shebsky. Can a team be composed of any number of runner types, like 3 Blackbirds, for example?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
There's no restriction on how you assemble your crew. You can all play the same. You can create a meme comp if you want, or you can diversify a little bit, you know?
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool. Because they could have done it where they'd lock like what one you become, but thank God they haven't done that.
Those 3 different like players that are playing Blackbird, they may have very different builds and what they're gearing towards in Blackbird, right? Like they may be some of them, like one of them may actually have implants that allow them to go in active camo. That's not a specific thing for a runner, so we're purposely trying to make it so that you can diversify.
I did see the like the shield wall comp, which is like basically 3 locusts.
Yeah, so that's the biggest worry right now is that like the game probably won't be free to play, and like they probably will make it paid because it's Bungie. Hopefully it doesn't have paid DLC as well, because if it has paid DLC, it's gonna die. But when it comes to it being paid entry, like I understand why they want to do it though, because like they made Destiny free to play, and Jesus Christ, like cheaters have like
I think
they used to barely exist in Destiny, and then once they made Destiny free to play, like it just became a like shit fest in Crucible and well, not Crucible, but mainly Trials and competitive. Like, but at the same time, it's like if it's a high amount of what do we call it? If it's a high amount of if it costs a lot, there we go. Not a lot of people want to buy into it, to be honest. Like maybe the hardcore Destiny fans and maybe people that are really into extraction shooters, but like I don't know, someone like me who like wouldn't really get into it too hard if it's a like price that's way too high. Unless they allow it like free through Game Pass, but then again, I don't think they will because of the fact that they would want less cheaters in the game, like
or something like that, and have the players experience the visual world for the first time is amazing. Introducing the IP into the world, sort of beyond the game, and sort of the culture it creates. Always excited.
The lore will be interesting of the game as well
the fans
because
tell us what the game is and what the metas are.
I thought Destiny was originally free to play. No, Destiny.
Check out the Discord.
So Destiny 1 released at like €60, and then there's all the paid DLCs.
I'm just really excited.
And then Destiny 2 released at around €60 as well. And they made it free to play 3 years later because they knew that would help like revitalize the game at the time. Like,
it's just going to be exciting to see people react to it organically and learn from it.
Very I'm also curious to see which runner will be the crowd favorite. Yeah, out of the end. I have theories.
I know you have many theories.
Yeah.
Just give me the speed booster like runner, and I'll be like
but that brings us to just about the conclusion of what's been a very action-packed show. So for starters, guys, thanks so much for being here today.
Man, 16 hours, and it's nearly the end.
Everybody out there, like,
I'll be trying out the game
our
for
team
sure.
is literally sitting in behind these cameras.
Now, if the beta especially is like
they're
open
amazing.
to play,
Like,
then you
should
might
give
as well.
yourselves a hand, for putting together. Also, there's an immense amount of staff here that has been super gracious and kind to come and help work with us on this. So just want to make sure all of you, let's give you a hand too. You've been doing an amazing job. Thank you.
If they pan to the audience, that'd be nice. But no, they're not going to pan to the audience.
That's right.
Like, thank
So
you
again,
guys so
as
much.
we,
Doesn't even
noted at
pan
the
to
top of
them.
the show, coming up at the very, very end, we've got a very special surprise. So go ahead and do yourself a favor and stick around all the way through till the end. But again, a huge thanks, Joe Ziegler, Joe Cross, Andrew Witz, and Lars Bakken. Thank you all for being here today. And of course, again, to echo Ziegler, thank you so much to the entire dev team here at Bungie. Thank you so much for being here today. Whether you're here with us in person or you're at home, it's your contributions that make Marathon possible. So truly, thank you. It's honestly humbling to be here today. And again, of course, the crew here, thank you all so much for all of your hard work. It's been incredible seeing this stage come up so quickly, rather. So thank you so much. It's been a gargantuan effort, and it's all thanks to your efforts. And most importantly, again, to all of you fine folks out there for joining us today. It's such a privilege for us to get the opportunity to share what we've been working on, and it matters most when you show up and join us. We know you have busy days, and we're thankful to be a part of it. So thank you for joining us here on this Saturday morning. And of course, we got something fun at the end. Make sure you stick around for a little bit longer. We're going to be rating Scarrow and Mr. Raffle Waffles, Milo, out there here just after the show ends. So go ahead and tell them we said hello when you get a chance to drop into their chat. But as has become kind of a tradition here at Bungie
owned
with our
by
streams, we've
Sony.
saved just one more special thing here for you at the end. Now, we've told you a lot about the game so far, but we haven't had a chance to really touch on the narrative just yet, and we're really excited to build a story that's innovative in the extraction shooter space, both in and out of the game, and we'd love to show you a glimpse of that now. So we've had the opportunity to partner with Academy and Emmy Award-winning director Alberto Mielgo to go ahead and show you just a bit of a snapshot of what life is like on Tau Ceti. So we hope you enjoy, but in the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all Starside.
I do have a few other things to say, but I'll let this play first. Like, if the narrative of the game is good as well, I think that's what will actually, like, keep them pushing forward for a while, like. I'll see that part of the cutscene looked really weird, or like cinematic trailer like. Oh. Oh, what the fuck is that? So whatever's happening, it must be... Jesus. 16th of September, and then the year date, like. It's like, I think the synthetic bodies must have been like shutting down or something like that.
I met a traveler from an antique land who said, two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk.
Oh shit, wait!
Visage eyes.
That's the voice of the speaker, I think, from Destiny, like, 2.
Cold command, till that it sculpt to well those passions red which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, lifeless thing that mocked them.
Bro, that's actually so cool if they're getting...
Welcome once again. Once again. As the new shell. As the new shell feeling.
I mean, it feels just like what it is, right? Like $1 trillion.
Like $1 trillion. Sakaguchi Genetics sent a reminder. Your shell repayment is coming up and will be charged against your line of credit.
Yeah, I know. Do you mind if we skip the formalities this time? Got a big contract waiting down there, so.
Understood. Let's proceed with your grounding exercise. Are you familiar with this item?
That's my lucky charm. Yeah. It's supposed to be my lucky charm.
She's there, fucking plowing them like.
Can you identify her?
Yeah, that's my mom.
That's your mom. Now, consider this. Do you recognize this child?
Who are you? I don't know.
It's you.
What? Really?
Oh yeah, so like the more the characters are printed back to life, the more memory that they lose of their prior self. Like, I mean, that's a better deal than what Exo's got in Destiny 2. Like, in Destiny 2, your memories were just completely wiped. Actually, no, they weren't. Wait, you know this? Never mind. Yeah, sorry, they were transferred. Like,
worth anything?
but the Traveler is the thing that kind of wiped everybody's memories. Like,
It speaks to me.
Let me listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
You ever wonder what happened to these people?
It's not my business.
And this music is. You'll have a tough time finding a buyer.
Good. It's not for sale. Give it to me.
Why would he shoot? You might as well just like fucking just go invisible at that point, like, and just take the chip from there, like.
And on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remain. Nothing beside remain. Round the decay of that colossal wreck.
Gee, the graphics was really good there outside for a minute, like.
The lone and level sand stretch far away.
I just still can't believe this is the voice actor for like the speaker in Destiny 2, like. Of the narrator, yeah, from fucking Slay the Princess. That would be huge though if that was him as well, like somehow. Or if it was him, like, instead. Gee, everybody's just getting this like music chip.
Do you recognize this child?
I don't know. Is that me?
Oh, jeez, all the credits sideways. Going in alphabetical order. Oh shit, I seen JosephniteFlyer. No, I'm joking. Imagine that. You are on a way to a battlefield. On this battlefield, there's a lot of bright colors. Sign up for the alpha, join the Discord. Could you imagine if they accidentally just like gave people keys like that weren't in like America? Thank you for watching. Damn. I wonder, like, then, is there any more, like, if they're still doing the ARG stuff or not? But yeah, no, honestly, a lot of people, they were speculating as well that essentially, please disperse. They were theorizing for a good bit that essentially, they would have to kind of, like, let people play the alpha sooner or later. Creator alpha gameplay content now live. Closed alpha test sign up. live/discord.gg/marathonthegame. I actually already joined that server, so I might actually pop into it in a second. One thing I will say, just based on Bungie's past, is I would not like hold the game too high just yet. Oh, and everybody's actually dispersed in the studio as well. Oh no, never mind. They're all clapping. What was I gonna say? Because usually, like, when the game comes out, it's not in the most polished state. But then again, Marathon could be different. Because if they don't have a good polished game that comes out the door, then yeah. And of course, they're doing the alphas to try and polish it up even more before the September release. Which is cool. They've also, like, finally given the release date as well. And it's also kind of, like, funny as well. Because, like, September for Bungie is also the time when Destiny 1 and 2 came out, I believe, as well. There's like a fallen statue from Destiny 1 as well. And I see it's cool now that they actually have some Marathon stuff around the studio as well. God, it could have been 2 different studios, but Pete Patterson had to be like, nah, I'm going to buy more cars. A/O? Bungie Studios, yeah. And then again, they could, well, actually, maybe they do have 2. I'm not too sure. Honestly, though, I will admit as well, the fact that Marathon is going to be released as well, if it does well enough and it like sticks around like Destiny 2 has, then it'll be good for the developers because of the fact that, at least for the developers, we actually finally get to see all the devs as well. It'd be good for the developers because at least then, if somebody wants to swap on to Destiny 2 for like basically developing it, and then someone from Destiny wants to swap over to Marathon, I don't know if it's as easy as that because I don't know what game dev is like. But at least, like, if somebody feels burnt out working on one game, they could ask to work on the other game, which might help, like, you know, boost their morale again and like get out of the burnout rut, like. Because I think that's like what a lot of like Bungie was kind of missing as well, that they don't really have multiple games to work on, it's just the one. And like eventually you're going to stop liking the thing that you keep or like they have to keep making, like, because it's your job, you know. How many cards does he have? Off the top of my head, I think he has like, what, fucking... I can't remember. It's like 30 super cards or something like that, like. God, that thumbnail was wild. The video my mate sent me, like. If you guys want to look up this video, it's called Hot Stepmom Mistreats Autistic Son. And even the first few seconds was like, how? No, there's no way you can do that, man. That's outrageous, like. But then, like, once you watch to the end of the video, you realize, oh, it's that kind of video. Like, it's a Darman kind of video. The Joe situation is crazy. I was told you might be doing similar time slots, like me for a bit. Okay. Okay, so see, I've just asked my mate because he works in the same workplace as I have. He said he doesn't see my name there, but he was also told that I might be doing like similar times to him. If it's right, a 10 a.m. start time on Monday isn't too bad. However, I see Tuesday. Tuesday's like 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. Damn, so essentially I've got to get through a day first and then I can work, like. Honestly, that's probably going to kill me quite a lot, like having to, like, because knowing me, I'll still wake up early, but then I'll be going to, like, work, like, midday, which is just so weird. Let's see, and then there's no time on Wednesday. Thursday, 2 to 10. Friday, there's no time, and then Saturday and Sunday as well, so that's 2 to 10 and 4 to 12. But again, these aren't confirmed times, but I just, like, wanted to know this a little in advance, so I'd be a little bit prepared for it, like. So I know in my head, like, okay, I need to wake up at this time, and then prepare myself for work for the day, like. God, that's weird. Imagine, like, in the future, I just start, like, just at the top fucking Jadrin just saying Fort Nuts. Sorry, no, I just noticed that out of the corner of my eye. But you know, if that timetable's right, so this isn't guaranteed my times yet, but if it is, maybe stream on Wednesday? Which would be pretty cool, to be honest, because that means then, you know, I'd actually be working 2 days, and then oh no, wait, hold on, I'm missing, wait, Monday, yeah, that's 5 days, wait, Monday, Tuesday, not in Wednesday, Thursday, oh yeah, no, Friday, yeah, wait, yeah, so Wednesday and Friday off, which would be weird days. Which should be, it would be a little bit of a shame if I am in on a Sunday, because that is, whatchamacallit, that's, Easter Sunday. And we were actually planning something that day as well. But sure, look, this is how the workplace is going to go. I love the way, like, we were meant to rage or something like that, and still haven't joined. Maybe it's because I meant to actually click something at the top here, like. Where did the glizzy? Just... They added, like, a glizzy emote, like, at the last second, like. Followers only. Well, I am a follower now. Oh, there we go, yeah. Marathonthegame is rating Scarrow with 14,000, 18,000. Yeah, literally, as I was talking about it as well.